Good morning. It's May 10th, 2019. Kimberley Buckler with Spirit and Soul Healing. And happy birthday, Dad. I still miss you dearly, and I love you very, very, very much. And I'm so grateful you are in my life. I noticed over the weekend with the new moon energy, there's a lot going on energetically. A lot of really good stuff coming in, and a lot of funky stuff. And I think it could be due with stuff that's still going out and making changes in our lives. Thursday morning, last Thursday, was waking up. A week ago Thursday, I was waking up with spirit energy in the bedroom. Helping those guys to cross over made a huge difference, and I didn't feel so groggy and tired. Over the weekend, talking to some friends, there was anxiety and depression going on. People uh, doing things that aren't of the norm and wondering what's going on. So I'm finding that things happen in patterns. Sometimes we pick up on globally, and for ourselves, things can happen in patterns. And to recognize those patterns, and know how we can make a change to them, so that we're healthier. My first book, The Essence of Who We Are, helps us to clue into what's going on around us energetically. Are we picking up on other people, or are is there something in our life that's going on that we need to address? And many times that could be things that have happened over and over again, or something new that's coming in and we don't quite recognize the energy of it yet. The second book, The Essentials for Natural Healing, is a huge blessing for myself because I can go into this book and I can find the answers I'm looking for without going doing extensive research. As I find more information, I jot it down in my book. So I encourage you to do the same when you get your book and you find other ideas. Jot it down because there's so much information out there. But I love this one because it's a go-to book for me. The reason I started this book started with chapter 15 several years ago working in a health food store. And I started a list. What can I use for anxiety? What can I use for depression? What can I use for menopause or um, thyroid, helping the thyroid out? There were so many things I was looking up on, and I kept on writing things down saying, you know what, there's got to be a list somewhere of all this information. I did find one book. It was really good, um, but it was hard for me to read. So I set this book up as a little encyclopedia with so many different things in there, from the food groups to herbs to essential oils and things that we can do in our own home. So today we're going to start with depression because that's how this book started in the first place. Getting into the depressed state where my stomach hurt, I couldn't eat properly, wasn't sleeping right, and gone to the doctor, got a prescription for depression. I looked at the bottle, I wouldn't even open it up. I go, no way. Went back to the store and ended up getting vitamin B's, the B50, so it was 50 milligrams of all the B's. And with that, I started thinking, okay, what else do I need with my body to supplement the B's? You know, is it in the different food groups? What can I use? And what can I use on a daily basis to keep um, my levels, my vitamins up? And we can experience depression in so many ways. It could be from work. It could be from anxiety. It could be from what we see in our home, people around us, the surroundings, the environment we live in. There's so many causes to it. So what we need to do is what I needed to do was find ways that I can work with this. Now, I'm not a doctor, but if you do the same research, you're going to find a lot of this information too. So I'm not prescribing anything. I'm here to share some options of what we can use. So for depression, for your amino acids, if you use L-glutamine or L-tyrosine, omega oil, we can use omega-3 or omega-6, vitamins B1, B3, B5, B12. We can also use biotin, inositol, PABA, and vitamin C. We can find the B vitamins in our dairy. We can find B vitamins in essential oils. There's quite a list. Basil, juniper berry, rosewood, sandalwood, spearmint, and there's more. Herbs, ashwagandha, kelp, lavender, milk thistle, rosemary, and more. That we can find them in our legumes. The red beans are have a lot of the vitamin B50s, our vitamin Bs, and plus the garbanzo beans. We can find it in our meat products. Now, I've heard stories about, well, everybody's getting depressed because they're not eating meat. That's bull. Oops, that was rude. That may not be bold, but as far as I'm concerned, we have so many other sources for our vitamin Bs and our proteins. And when we eat properly, we can find these sources in these foods. We have people that have been vegetarian for years and very, very, very healthy because they're eating properly. They're getting all their sources of foods. You can also find your B vitamins in olive oil, cacao, cauliflower, no, cacao and sunflower seed, and then also in parsnips. So this gives you an idea of what you can do and an idea where to start. Also in the book, when I go into my book and I look under the vitamin minerals, I'm going to find the same information, and I wanted everything cross-referenced so people can go back and forth, go, yeah, I remember that, I remember that. And the idea is so that we can also get ideas to use, and when we're looking up, say parsnips, you say, well, there's B vitamins in parsnips. What else can parsnips do? You go to the chapter for parsnips and find out all the other things that are in parsnips that are good for your body. So I'm looking at vitamin B5 right now. It's good for anti-stress. Adrenal hormones are antibodies. It helps the conversion of fats, carbs, and proteins. It's found in all our cells and organs, and helps with reduction of our neurotransmitters. It also helps with preventing anemia, depression, anxiety, and works with our intestinal strengths. The lack of vitamin B5 can cause depression, tiredness, tingling in hands, and headaches. So, having shared this, I hope this can help out a little bit. When we take the time to look after our bodies, find the options that are out there that we can use, we retain healthier bodies. We can bring up the levels of the B vitamin in our bodies again. Also, finding out what's going on around in our environment. Is there changes that we need to make? Is there something we need to address when we go different places? Can we work with crystals? Can we work with vitamins, herbs? Essential oils are also good. So if I had to go into a workplace where there's someone else that's extremely depressed, maybe if I had some crystals in my pocket, or I used some essential oils to help out, that will minimize what I'm picking up on. So I thank you again for being here with me today. I'd be very grateful if you could like the videos, share them, and subscribe to my channel. You take good care of you and know that you are a beautiful soul within, and have a magical weekend ahead.